Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite. Welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. So last time we beat up a bird, which was most unfortunate. This time we're going to go and see what the consequences of beating up said bird are. So if I run up these, not stairs, but if I run up the slope, we are going to make it all the way to the highly decorated entrance to the ship in the sky, I see. Alright. I was expecting just, like, a door. I was expecting less, like, graffiti. Who is this? Is this, the, like, Splanendorf or whatever his face is called? It's been a while, boy. You have done well to sneak into my fortress and wriggle your way all the way up here. Have I now? I suppose the least I can do is commend you for your reckless courage. My name is Ganondorf. I like my version better. And I'm the master of the Forsaken Fortress. By the way, boy, when you drew that sword of yours out of its pedestal, did you by chance notice how all of the monsters frozen in time down there suddenly began stirring again? Yeah, that's a common, like, gameplay trope, actually. Do you understand precisely what that means? I highly doubt you do. It means the game designers wanted to, like, test to find out if I knew what to do with the nice, powerful sword. Foolish child, well, that sword is indeed the blade of evil's bane. At the same time, it has long played another role. You see, it is also a sort of key, a most wretched little key that has kept the seal on me and my magic intact. By withdrawing the blade, you have broken the seal. Well, that's still an improvement over last time. You cannot defeat me with a blade that does not sparkle with the power to repel evil. What you hold is useless. Go back to the world below and tell that to the pathetic fools who made this blade. Its power is gone and its edges are dull. This is not a turn I expected things to take. I thought you guys were, like, gone. You pathetic little sea rat. I do not know how to pronounce that. My Triforce power is resonating. Ha, at long last I found you, Princess Zelda. What? What are you talking about? I don't actually know any Zelda. Feigning ignorance will gain you nothing. Tell me, if you are not Zelda, then why do you have this fragment of the Triforce? Look, whatever your name is, they're pirates. You don't read too far into why they have things. That's like the #1 rule of dealing with pirates. I feel like you're reading more into this than there is. Oh, alright. Nice to see you again. God, I love those tinky little wings. So, there's like a Lord of the Rings reference I'm supposed to make here, right? What with the birds and the bees and the big sky dragon things. It's been a really long time since I've watched or read the Lord of the Rings, I'm sorry. It's alright, she has merely lost consciousness. Your sister has accepted the Forsaken Fortress with the pirates. You can relax, she's safe now. Has escaped the Forsaken Fortress. Lord Valu, you arrived not a moment too soon. We are deeply grateful. Those are not dragon runes I recognize. This scene, also, the way that it's set up, reminds me almost exactly of whenever a dragon attacks you in the College of Winterhold in Skyrim. Just the way that you're perched on the upper ring of the campus. I guess it's not a quad, but a circle. And then there's the tall building in the background. Anyway. I thought our first priority should be to separate these two from Ganon's grasp. I feel like you're speaking like whale or something. Sounds a lot like the the noises that Dory was making in Finding Nemo. Alright, so you're gonna flap off. And those two are gonna flap off. Are those two, like, bird people actually named? They didn't, like, stop to introduce themselves or anything. I don't know if they were, like, any of the named NPCs we met in Dragon Roost. Anyway, I'll explain things later. Now we must return to the world beneath the sea. Alright, well, at least if we go back there, it's going to be a little more colorful this time. So do we have to, like, go back to the, like, statue where we found it and ask nicely for sparkles or something? Is that, did I understand this correctly? Ow. You're alright. What is this place? Hey, and Splanendorf, what happened to him? Alright, I, literally might have butt-dialed someone. What are you doing? You must come down to the room where you got the Master Sword. Who's using the stone? Just who are you? Drago and I are the only ones who can speak through the stone. Oh, wait. Are you the one who was on the other end? I thought it was the ship who was talking to me. Well, that changes things, I think. How dare you use what's not yours? Your name is Tetra, correct? You must come with Drago to see me at once. Well, don't you sound important? Fine. We're on our way. Just hold your horses, whoever you are. What are you waiting for? You heard the stone. You're supposed to show me how to get to where that voice is. Alright, so we are going to, Alright, I guess I can just, like, guide you around without having to chuck you at the wall or anything the way that I did for, some of the other NPCs. Where'd you go? Oh, well, since you mention it... Oh, I can't pick you up and carry you around? Your navigation seems to be telling you to just run in a straight line in my direction. You do not seem to be able to, like, move over things. Sorry to hear that. We're gonna go inside and hope that you respawn, like... Alright, there we go. Respawn right behind me. So, the door to the basement is open. I don't have to do anything to open it this time. I do remember that it just sort of slid shut when I came out the last time. Who are you? Are you asking him? Are you him? Are you the one who is speaking through my stone without permission? Answer me. The stone is an enhanced version of the gossip stones long spoken of in legends of the Hyrulean royal family. I am the one who made it. You made it? The royal family's gossip stone? I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Have neither of you heard the tales? Tales of the kingdom spoken of in the legend of the great hero, the place where the power of the gods lies hidden. This place, where the two of you now stand, is that kingdom. This is Hyrule. And I am its king. Daphne's Noasein Hyrule. No, I think I missed a couple of consonants in the middle name there. Drago, do you not recognize my voice? No, I can't say I do. Indeed, I'm the one who guided you here. I am the king of Red Lions. There was no need for me to reveal my true identity to you for so long as the blade, the Master Sword, could defeat Ganon. But now, both of you must listen to me. Once, long ago, this land of Hyrule was turned into a world of shadows by Ganon, who sought to obtain the power of the gods for his own evil ends. My power alone could not stop the fiend, and our only choice was to leave the fate of the kingdom in the hands of the gods. When the gods heard our pleas, they chose to seal away not only Ganon but Hyrule itself, and so, with a torrential downpour of rains from the heavens, our fair kingdom was soon buried beneath the waves, forgotten at the bottom of the ocean. Yet all was not lost, for the gods knew how to seal the people away with the kingdom. For the gods knew that to seal the people away with the kingdom would be to grant Ganon's wish for destruction of the land. So before the sealing of the kingdom, the gods chose those who would build a new country and command them to take refuge on top of the mountains. Those people are your ancestors. Hundreds of years have passed since then. So long as Ganondorf was not revived, Hyrule would remain below, never waking from its slumber. Tetra, come to me. The necklace you wear is part of a sacred treasure called the Triforce of Wisdom, which has been passed down for many ages within the royal family of Hyrule. Your mother passed it down to you and instructed you to treasure it and to guard it with your life. You have an extremely, like, polygonal nose. I'm sorry, I've been staring at that thing ever since it came on screen. Am I not correct? The Triforce of Wisdom is none other than the sacred power of the gods that we have kept from Ganon's clutches for so many long years. The gods placed upon your ancestors the task of protecting it from evil's grasp. You too must abide by the laws of the past, and so the time has come for me to teach you the fate into which you were born, the very reason that you live. I'm noticing a couple of objects that seem to have very, like, sharp specular reflections. Like they're flatly shaded for the most part, but when they rotate, they will flash briefly. The Master Sword was like that in one of the recent cutscenes as well. Anyway, so that is gonna fuse into one solid triangle apparently. Fusion might have been a fairly apt metaphor there because it looked like it did give off a lot of energy for what it was, and you have miraculously just changed clothes. All right. My fate? You are the true heir to the royal family of Hyrule, the last link in the bloodline. You are Princess Zelda. Zelda? I'm a princess? You are confused, aren't you? I suppose such is to be expected. Drago, I'm terribly sorry that you've been caught up in these events. But now that it is known that Tetra is indeed Princess Zelda, Ganon will be searching frantically for this child in an attempt to get the power of the gods that she possesses. He will not rest until he has found her. If he succeeds, my ancient kingdom under the sea will be turned into a land of shadow and despair. So the world that you know, and so will the world that you know above the waves. Drago, I need you to lend me your strength in this dark hour. I have a suspicion about what has caused the Master Sword to lose its power. I need you to come with me back to the lands above the water and return the power to repel evil to the Master Sword. Zelda. It is far too dangerous for you to join us in this task. Fortunately, the Sacred Chamber is not yet known to Ganon. It is my wish that you wait here in hiding until we return. Drago, we must go! Is that a thing that, like, you can do also? Does that explain how you just, like, showed up when I thought you were clowning around in town? Well, I guess I did spend a lot of time screwing around. You could have just been, like, sailing. Anyway. Everything that's happened to you and your poor sister, it's all been my fault. I'm so sorry. I hope there is another way out of there, because you now have a limited supply of oxygen down there. Then again, I suppose we all do, in this bubble beneath the sea. Although maybe not, because there are quite a few trees outside. There's a whole, like, not ecosystem, but a whole bit of landscaping out here. Can I still not go past this, by the way? I remember doing the math once and, like, figuring out how many, like, trees you would need to, like, counterbalance the oxygen that you take in over the course of a day, and it's quite a few. Trees can obviously store a lot of carbon and put a lot of oxygen back into the air, but they don't do it very quickly. And I want to say the average tree only takes in and exchanges about 40 or 50 kilograms of carbon over the course of a year, which is quite a bit less than the average human would exchange in return. So let's go back outside. And how long has this video been going for? Not actually that long. Probably, I'm gonna guess 15 minutes or so. Most of that has been cutscene. So, we are gonna talk to the boat who is... I guess I kind of see the resemblance in your nose. Your nose is also very polygonal. I've never been good with faces, I'm sorry. The fact that the Master Sword lost the power to repel evil suggests to me that something has happened to the sages who infused the blade with the god's power. Those sages should be here in Hyrule, in the Wind Temple to the north, and the Earth Temple to the south, praying to the gods. You must head to those two temples to see what has happened to the sages and attempt to find a way to recover the power to repel evil. Unfortunately, Ganon seems to have erected some sort of magical barrier down here in Hyrule, blocking our path to the temples. But each temple should have another entrance high above Hyrule's mountaintops, which are now islands above the sea. As always, I shall mark the places on your sea chart. Now then, if we stay here much longer, we shall draw our enemy's attention to Princess Zelda's whereabouts. We must return to the surface immediately. Alright. I don't know, I do kind of want to stay down here just a little longer, and one, see if I can find some more wind juice, and two, just look around. I'm guessing there's very little geometry out there, and most of what I'm seeing is just, like, painted on textures, because it's all very far away, and you're not, like, you're so far that you can't see perspective motion on anything by moving the camera, but it is very pretty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that those entire, like, clumps of trees down there, those entire, like, ranges are just textured quads. Let's stop what we were doing, and I can't just go through the portal myself. I have to actually set sail. So one of the things that I've heard about this game before I started doing this was that, like, there's apparently a whole thing on the internet about being the Wind Waker approximately being like, I think it was the Ocarina of Time map, just with sea level hiked up a couple hundred meters. And I never actually knew if that was canon or if that was just an interesting thing that people had noticed. I guess this means that it is canon. Once long ago, that guy defeated Ganon and brought peace to the Kingdom of Hyrule. A piece of the Triforce was given to the Hero of Time, and he kept it safe, much as Zelda kept hers. The sacred piece is known as the Triforce of Courage. It's wisdom, courage, and power, right? I think that's what the three pieces are. When the Hero of Time was called to embark on another journey and left the land of Hyrule, he was separated from the elements that made him a hero. It is said that at the time, the Triforce of Courage was split into 8 shards and hidden throughout the land. Oh, that's going to be a long fetch quest. Even though I do not know where they rest, even I do not know where they rest, but this much I do know, they lie hidden somewhere in this great sea. Might you have crossed paths with someone who knows much about things that lie hidden in the depths of the sea? Who was it that was teaching me about, like, the crane game or whatever? I can't remember who that was. Was that the pirates? You can think on that one, thanks. Maybe you would come upon the knowledge by asking around in a place where many people gather. I'm pretty sure that that was the pirates. Let's set sail. If I go onto my map on the bottom screen, I'm going southwest apparently, so I'm gonna want to turn and move in, like... Alright, I guess the wind is already going in the direction that I need it to go. Or close enough anyway, but... Windfall Island. How come, like... I would have thought that the map circles would have, like, filled in. Or the map squares would have, like, filled in as I discover stuff. Like, as I discover, like, down here is... That's Outset Island. Over here in, like, 4-2, for, like, counting from the top left, is going to be Windfall Island. 2 over from that is Dragon Roost. But, like, that's... That and the Forsaken Fortress is really it. I don't know if there's something I have to do that would, like, reveal what's on the map, or if I just have to commit it to memory. Let's see, there are 2 marks. So to the north of me is going to be, well, the temple to the north. I don't remember which it was. And to the south of me, next to home, actually, is going to be the one to the south. I'll go there in due time, but first I think I will go back to, alright, gonna stay well away from that thing. I think I will go back to town, and I'll see if I can, like, talk to a pirate or something. And you have got to be kidding me. Wait, can I get out of this by, like, changing the wind direction? Glad I did that in the first try. Can I do that? Can I get out of this by, like, changing the wind direction? So if I set sail, it doesn't look like I can, unfortunately. That feels like the sort of thing you should be allowed to do, honestly. Why do I always respawn here? By the way, I'm here. There is at least one thing that I can possibly smash with a hammer while I'm here. And that thing is going to be... I think it was around this way. I have not actually been writing down the locations of, like, smashable looking things, but... boink. Really? What about bombs? I don't remember if I've been here since I picked up the bombs. That was too far. Drop is that button. Alright, that did it. What is this? A manhole cover? That is literally a hole in the ground. Okay, it's one of these swirly symbols on the wall. What are we doing? Is this like an optional dungeon or something? Not helpful. What is, Huh. I was not expecting this to become a whole thing. Oh, great, there's a lot of doors. I was not expecting this to become a whole thing. I don't know if I want to save this for later. We're in, like, maze or something like that? You guys can stop being in my face, please. Go away. Didn't really need the health. Alright. Defeat all enemies to continue logic, once again. Am I gonna want to draw a map? Alright, I thought for a minute that this was the central room. But the stuff in the middle is different, and there's no... Oh, there is a gate with a door, with a... Alright, so it looks like this is gonna be some sort of gauntlet. I think I'm gonna end this off here. I know this has been a shorter video, but there's not gonna be a lot cut out of it, so I think we can come back to this for a fresh start next time. My name is Dragonite. This has been The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I have to say, this is finally, like, what I wanted to be doing in this game, and not, like, screwing around running errands for people and that kind of thing. I'm glad that most of what we've been doing lately has actually been going through dungeons. Wish that the game started doing this, like, 5 hours ago. But next time, we're going to be seeing what awaits us in here. I'm pretty sure this is an optional location, but I've been wondering what was behind that rock for, like, most of the game, so I'll be glad to finally find out. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Out, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.